James and Super A. James was much admired on the island of Sodor. James was much admired on the island of Sodor when he was pulling passenger trains, and often thanked him for a splendid. The tradesmen were always happy when he arrived because they trusted him. This made James very proud.
I am simply the best,
he bragged. And the other grade for shunters and less important work. Because Thomas Percy and Edward because they were so busy loading up the trucks and shunting them into the sidings, because Thomas Percy and Edward were busy loading the trucks and because Thomas Percy and Edward were busy loading up the trucks and shunting them into the sidings, the pack controller gave James the job of taking loaded trucks to the hopper. And this was too long for James. As soon as you've finished, you may do your favorite farmland run as a reward. Excuse me, what? As soon as you've finished, you may do your favorite local run as a reward. Come on, old boy. We'll soon be done. You'll see, said his driver. But when they arrived, there was much confusion. The rain poured down and the crane men refused to work any longer. There's a threat of thunder and lightning. That's us finished until it passes, said one to James's driver. James complained bitterly as they sorted out their trucks, but there was nothing he could have done about it. Engines worked come snow, storm, or floods. An engine's job is never done, and be grateful for that, said his fireman before they set off. The hopper was a huge slanting tower. A truckload of coal would be pushed onto the hopper's platform at the base of the tower. Then this platform would be mechanically lifted up to the top entrance, where men would guide it into the tipper. The truck was then lifted and tipped into a special hopper, which sorted out the best coal and from the not so good. The empties were then returned to ground level. The empty then self-propelled itself out of the way so another full one could take its place. After the coal had been sorted out, it was discharged into the trucks under the hopper. James's train of trucks was long, and he was slowly getting dirtier and dirtier. Where we go, the big incident.
Come on, come on.
I don't even know James' voice, I did like.
I'm simply the best.
Come on, come on! But the trucks would have none of it. They knew James and his outbursts. Papa! James bumped the last few trucks.
Come on, come on!
Out of nowhere, a bolt of lightning struck the hopper, which made it go haywire. As it did, came the other truck, and so did James. But he was far too heavy. The winch came to a grinding halt. Coal was already spilling from the back truck all over James. He couldn't see anything. Then the first truck fell off the ramp, pulling the other one with it, and finally pulling James off the tracks as well. He was done for, and he had to wait until the breakdown train came. The following day, after the storm had abated, things got back to normal. The other engines were most upset, but felt much better when the Fat Controller told him he was there only to clear away the trucks. After he's done, he'll be dispatched back to the mainland. Diesel was not at all efficient, but one day in the yards, not knowing what would happen next. As the smoke cleared from the Thunderstruck, "Are you alright? Are you alright?" he said to his driver, who duly obliged. He sped everywhere, pulling masses of trucks in one go. The dockyards were cleared in no time. The Hack Controller decided he would stay. "I'll try you on my express passenger services," he said most excitedly. Ed was delighted. He never felt so good. He worked all day and night, but forgot about his driver and engineer. "We need to sleep," they told him. So Ed had to stay in the yards, close to the engine sheds. All the engines made rude remarks about him, and they wished him whenever they could. But no matter what they did, Ed's power was indisputable. He whizzed here, there, and everywhere. Everyone waited to see him. He sped through tunnels and through the countryside, through crowded mainline stations. In fact, he was going so fast that Gordon's record was under threat. Super Ed, as he was called, was the hottest thing on the island. Ed was insufferable for the other engines. Even his driver were too. The Fat Controller had never seen business go up so high. He stood proudly on the platform outside his office and admired Ed. People came up to him and shook his hand and told him what a splendid railway he was running. The Fat Controller wished he could purchase more engines like Ed. "You could stay out there with your new pal, Super Ed. It was your It was your fault he arrived, so you can suffer all his insults."
You could stay out there with your new pal Super Ed. It was your fault he arrived, so you can suffer all his insults.
"Powerful and speedy too, that's me." When he was finished, he scoffed and sniggered away, leaving James to fume in the sidings. He wanted to pay that puffed up Diesel out, but he just couldn't think of a way to do it. "Well, don't worry, James. That Diesel's just a flash in the pan. He won't last. Mark my words," said his driver. And he was right. Thomas, but maybe even Edward. Gordon could not believe what he was saying. A diesel like him replacing all the steam engines on Sodor was impossible. "Get rid of that smoke. If it's an engine, then scrap him." Well, it took a bolt of... Gordon was everyone's hero. The railway soon returned back to normal, and Gordon was once again the star of the tracks, the star of the show. He made sure James was welcome back to the sheds. "I'll remember one thing," Gordon said sternly. "Those trucks might make you see red, but it's far better than seeing Super Ed."